Z-Mech has 15% armor and can sprint? Hey, so I know this is a bit of a long video, so I've put the patch notes down in the description below if you don't want to hear my thoughts on everything, if you just want to read over them yourself, totally understandable. But here are my thoughts. Hello, and welcome back to some more Battle for Neighborville. And as you can see on your screen, we have some patch notes. The last update for Battle for Neighborville is here. It's sad, yes. I hate that it's happening, but hey, at least they're giving us one last hurrah. And I scrolled through a little bit and it looks like there's a significant number of changes. I haven't actually got to play the new changes yet because I'm recording this before the update is live. So we're just gonna go through this and see what's there. You know, I can't wait to actually hop in and give it a try. But let's start here at General. And the Swarm characters, Wildfire and TV Head, have become available for purchase from Rux. If I had to guess, that means they're going to be 500,000 coins each, just like Wizard was after his prize map finished. So that's $1 million total for both of them. Definitely worth it. They gain a melee attack too. I'm intrigued to see how that will work. The only two characters that currently have a melee attack are Super Brains and Chomper. Added a new icon for Vanquish feeds. Well, I'm going to see that a lot. Wink, wink. Text to speech button will now be changed to hold instead of press. Now that's the type of stuff we're looking for. Battle Arena is now available as one of many weekly events. It is no longer a default option within the multiplayer terminal. Okay, well last time I thought they said that Battle Arena was just gonna move from ranked to unranked like it was back whenever Battle Arena first launched, but now they're just making it a weekly event? Well, that kind of stinks for those of you that like Battle Arena. I guess they're just limiting all the options available. They got weekly events, Turf Takeover, Team Vanquish, and Ops. And that's it. Okay. The time warp crazy option is being removed from private play. I don't understand why they would remove that from private play unless it was just causing way too many bugs. I mean, I was able to crash private play. My game literally broke. What is going on? Modified bot AI field of vision and accuracy so that they behave more like an average player. Hallelujah! Thank you. I am so glad they are nerfing or adjusting the bots before they stop supporting the game. If you've watched my videos since the AI have been implemented, you know how frustrated I get at bots just because they were acting so unlike normal people would act. They were better than a lot of people. It's sad, but it's true. But now they should be toned down, and that makes me want to play the game. Right there, that change alone. I don't need to see anything else. That makes me want to play the game. Oh look, character upgrades have undergone a major balance pass. That's what I saw whenever I was scrolling through. Add a new VFX to each character when an upgrade triggers. Well, that's neat. You can actually see what's going on instead of just assuming you have an upgrade. Added in multiple Vanquish XP event. Okay, help you level up quicker. Improve directional damage indicators. That'll be nice to see where you're getting pelted from. Improved aim assist, camera blending, targeting, shape, distance, scaling, and increased camera assistance for player and enemy movement. I just assume it's going to make things easier and feel smoother. So that's a nice addition. And then improved Hitbox Collision to help balance size difference between plants and zombies. Bug fixes! Yay! Fixed issue that caused players to get stuck waiting for the game to start. That's happened to me. That has happened to me multiple times. Fixed an issue that allowed Chomper to attack faster. Well... Chomper, why are you causing issues? Fixed players getting into enemy spawn zones in Giddy Park. Never did that because I didn't play in Giddy Park. Private play will be accessible to console players without requiring PS Plus or Xbox Gold. That is great. That is very good of them. I like that changed. Fixed leveling up upgrade not working. That's nice. And now we get to the fun part. The balance changes. Add a new VFX, okay. I already went through these. So here's what the Hitbox Collision is. Increases the Foot Soldier, Action Hero, Electric Slide Scientist, Captain, Deadbeard Goat, and all brown coat zombies. So they're just bigger. And then the Kernel Corn got smaller. So I guess the zombies were too small? I'm very intrigued to see how that one works out. Oh, this is just the details of what I just read. Oh, I like this. Assist XP event triggers for any amount of damage out. Because sometimes you would get a pot shot or two on someone and you wouldn't get an assist. And you're like, but I dealt damage. Now you'll get an assist for that. Change logic of Oaklog roll XP event to not use multi-vanquish time. Okay. Hillflower pot drop sun drops at a faster rate to match the heal rate of Dr. Heals. And heal zombie heals slower to match the heal rate of Healweed. So zombies, they got their size to increase and their healing nerfed because apparently it was just better than the plants. Why was it like that for the entire life of the game? It's been a year. Now we have the common upgrades, which are the upgrades that multiple people in a class can get. Upgrade Rough Patch. Increase maximum overhealth granted from 1.3 to 1.47%. Oh boy! So on someone with 100 health, they would, instead of getting 130 health at spawn, they'd get 147, which that's an extra shot or two, depending on who's shooting them. Upgrade Critical Blow. Increase refresh speed multiplier from 2 to 2.75%, and increase refresh multiplier duration from 1 to 2 seconds. It's a welcome change, because I don't ever use that ability. Upgrade Refresh and Revive. Increase refresh speed multiplier from 1.5 to 5. Holy cow, that's a huge buff for that skill. And that's a one or 2 pointer, I don't know. Upgrade Low Life. Increased equip cost from 1 to 2. Now heals over time for 3 seconds instead of granting a chunk of health. Increased health threshold that is Increased health threshold that is considered low health from 14 to 20%. So you're able to proc it easier, but it's worse overall because it costs more and it's over time. But you have more opportunities to trigger it because you're not going to die. Upgrade Ready Up. Decreased equip cost from 3 to 2. Transition out of sprinting multiplier increase from 4 to 6.67%. That's a lot faster. I'm going to have to play around with that one because I could make you ready up super quick. In other games that I've historically played, I've always liked being able to sprint or be able to aim down sight out of sprint very quick because it allows you to get a jump on your opponent, allows you to lock on target quicker. So that could be a very, 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 very good change. Worth checking out. Upgrade Vampiric, no longer triggers on minion or pop/bot vanquishes. Aww, that was super good for the free roam areas. Now heals over time for 3 seconds instead of granting a chunk of health. That seems to be a common trend, and now gives overhealth. Oh, that's nice. But the fact that it doesn't trigger on minion or bot vanquishes really sucks. Upgrade Fearless, now gives overhealth. Number of enemies required to start healing decreased from 2 to 1. Healing now scales up based on number of enemies that are close to a max of 4. So you get more the closer you are. So that ability, it's where you heal depending on if you're close to a group of people. But now it's just if you're next to anyone, you can start healing. That could be pretty good. Combo. Increased equip cost from 1 to 2 and increased refresh speed multiplier from 2.5 to 5. That's 100% worth it. That allows you to get your abilities back so much quicker. I like that change. Oh, these are for the defender people. Those were the attackers. Upgrade Best Defense. Increased equip cost from 2 to 3. Increased armor duration from 5 seconds to 10 seconds. Achieving another critical vanquish resets this duration. Armor value is now shown on health bar, and armor value now stacks up to 3 times. 10%, 19%, 27%. So that's the one where if you get critical vanquishes, you get armor. Like it seems their common trend, they're making it to where you know what your abilities are doing for you. Upgrade Adrenaline Rush. Decreased equip cost from 4 to 3. Good, I thought that was always too expensive. No longer triggers when vanquishing minions or bot/pots. Makes sense. That's also going to be a common trend. Decreased multiplier from 1.55 to 1.4 times increased move speed. That's fair since you're getting a cost reduction. It can't be as powerful as it was. Upgrade Revive reward. Also gain 10% armor while reviving. That'll be welcome. That's good. Encourages more people to help their friends. Upgrade Hard Target. Decreased speed multiplier from 1.25 to 1.15% or times. That's good. I like that. Upgrade Rollout. Always have max health when revived. Increased duration from 6 to 7 seconds. Okay. Upgrade Combat Aura. Decrease equip cost from 4 to 3. I like it whenever I see the points go down. Damage multiplier increase from 1.2 to 1.25. Increased duration from 7 to 15 seconds. Wow, it's over double bigger. That's pretty good. But here's the kicker. Increased vanquish streak requirement from 3 to 5 vanquishes. Okay, that's fair. I think that's a fair trade-off. It's cheaper and it's better, but you have to get 2 more vanquishes. So it won't be as useful as often, but whenever you do proc it, you're gonna be a big boy. And now we get to the character-specific ones, and we're starting with the OG P-Cannon. Adjust base camera location to fix issue with target preservation. I'm gonna act like I know what that means. Chili Bean Bomb. Move spawn offset up and forward so it doesn't get caught on the ground. Yes! Thank you. Upgrade Homing P. Increase equip cost from 3 to 4. Increase range of homing from 35 to 43 meters. Decrease time to get a lock on from 1 to 0.75 seconds. And increase time to lose a lock from 0.25 to 0.33 seconds. So it makes it better, but it also makes it more expensive. I actually haven't used the homing P upgrades since they buffed Party Time and Last Ditch or whatever. Like those are my 2 go-tos, but I'll have to try homing P again. Upgrade escape routes, decrease speed multiplier from 1.55 to 1.2. That's a pretty significant nerf. I never used that ability, but that's a pretty significant nerf. Upgrade Last Ditch, decrease final P damage from 96 to 90. Okay, that's a fair change. You know, it was a little broken. Upgrade Reload Gatling, increased ammo gain from 10 to 25, so you can keep going longer. Triggers every 5 critical hits instead of every 16. This is a huge buff to P Gatling. Wow. Upgrade Party Time, vanquishes don't track towards streak when party time is active. Increased duration from 5 to 15. Wow. Really? They're increasing it by 10 seconds? Minions and bots don't count towards vanquish streak. Okay, that makes sense. Decreased speed boost from 1.55 to 1.1. Okay, that's why it's lasting so much longer, because you're significantly slower. You're just a little bit faster than base. That's fine. Upgrade Feed the Beast. Can I have some food, please? For I am the beast. Triggers on critical vanquish instead of on damage dealt. Decrease equip cost from 4 to 3. Increase refresh multiplier from 2 to 4 times. This is gonna be a common trend. I need to try all of these abilities out and see, because this is like a complete overhaul of the game. Okay. Upgrade combat adrenaline, triggers on damage dealt instead of on vanquish. Increase duration extension from 2.5 to 4.25 seconds, and increased equip cost from 3 to 4. Looking forward to trying it. Jumper, slobber shot, increased gravity force 10 to 34 meters per second, so it's gonna drop. Increased initial upward velocity so projectile doesn't drop down too aggressively. Okay, that's fair. Decreased accuracy when in air. Dispersion angle increased from 0 to 1. Okay, I don't know what English, please.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
Grody Goop. Increased victim movement speed when in cloud. Speed multiplier 0.65 to 0.78 times. Okay, so you're just not getting slowed down as much, which is a welcome. Increased initial velocity, so you're launching it. You're like throwing a fastball at them now. Upgrade halitosis, group damage numbers on direct hit. So that's just a cosmetic. It just shows you a little better. Upgrade Chomp Thing, health regeneration delay multiplier change from 0.4 to 0.3 times, so health regeneration will begin sooner. That's a buff. I like that. I've been using Chomp Thing more because I like the faster health regeneration, because I like to be aggressive. Be aggressive. Be aggressive. Upgrade Vampire Spikeweed now gives overhealth. Decreased equip cost from 2 to 1. Now also triggers when destroyed by an enemy. I don't actually know what that does. I assume whenever someone steps in it, it hurts them. Or it heals you whenever someone steps in it. Not entirely sure off the top of my head because I've never used it. It's a welcome buff, I guess. Upgrade Dirt Bath lasts for 5 seconds after exiting Grody Goop. And decrease the equip cost. So you can leave Grody Goop and still bang on people. And you can equip it for less. Upgrade Mastication, increased digestion speed multiplier from 1.4 to 1.6. You can eat them faster. Upgrade Hot Rod, decreased equip cost from 3 to 2. And removes the speed penalty from digestion. Wow, so you can really be roaming around the battlefield. Upgrade Upset Stomach, increased duration of Grody Goop from 10 to 12 seconds. Okay. Upgrade Symbiosis, decrease equip cost from 3 to 2. Can now spawn multiple Spikeweeds with this upgrade as opposed to just one each. And they have a lifetime of 90 seconds. I like that. That makes it useful. Because there are certain builds on certain characters to where they're significantly better than everything else. Like, why would you ever use something like that if you can have one Spikeweed for 3 points? Not worth it. Hello, Mr. Kernel Corn. Auto aim anchor point moves down slightly so recoil doesn't instantly lift you above his head. I'm going to take that as a good thing. Codbusters, a just zoom camera to fix issue with target preservation. Okay. Upgrade Super Spin. Upgrades on any vanquish, not just from Codbusters, and increased active time from 4.5 to 10 seconds. Increased rate of fire multiplier per level 1.07 times. And increased equip cost. So it actually looks like it's worth using. Like, it looks pretty good based on these numbers. It's one of those things that you'll have to get a feel for it. Upgrade Rapid Recob. Increased reload speed multiplier. 0.5 to 0.25. So you're going to be... Wait, am I reading this right? So you're going to be reloading faster, but now it's 4 points instead of 2. That should not be 4 points. No. I don't like that change. But I guess if they're changing everything else, maybe it fits. But I guess I didn't want Super Spin and Recob together because they're both 4 points now. Upgrade Mob Cobs. Decrease equip cost 3 to 2. Now receive a damage multiplier with a power of 1.5 after they have pierced an enemy. Oh, so if you shoot through people, you do get a damage bonus. Gain ammo and increase magazine size when projectiles pierce. So this is just an overall, like, Mob Cob seems pretty good. And you can use it with Shogun Guard. Which these you can't use with Shogun Guard. You can never use Super Spin. Now you can't use Rapid Recob with Shogun Guard. That kind of makes me sad. That was my setup. Rapid Recob and Shogun Guard. Upgrade Buttered Branches. Now double speed, 1.6 to 2 times, and decreased equip cost. Okay. Upgrade Corn Assaults. Increased duration from 2 to 4 seconds. That's good because that ability was not worth a dang. Upgrade Reaping Leap. Decreased equip cost from 3 to 1. Decreased angle from 2 to 1.5. Well, that's a huge change. Significantly cheaper. Now you can use it with Shogun Guard. And upgrade Cornucopia. Now triggers on damage and Vanquish. Decreased refresh rate multiplier 7 to 4 times. So it triggers on more than it did before, but now it's only 4 times instead of 7 times, which that's fair. Upgrade Happy Feet. Decreased speed multiplier 1.8 to 1.5. Okay, fair enough. Nightcap. Spore Strike. Adjust base camera location to fix issue with target preservation. Okay, I'm just going to start skipping that one because it seems like a common thing. Shadow Sneak. Can reload while using Shadow Sneak. Can use casting shadows while using Shadow Sneak. So now you're not useless while in Shadow Sneak. I like that. Feng Fu. Increased duration from 1.75 to 2 seconds and decrease the critical damage area from 4.5 to 3 meters, along with increased times critical damage is applied from 3 to 8. So you have a smaller area to do damage, or you have a smaller area to do critical damage, but that critical damage is increased. So you have to be a little more precise instead of just a big old circle and just pop, pop, pop. Upgrade Shadow Sling. Warp forward when activating Shadow Sling instead of getting a speed boost when it ends. So now you have a Nightcap that can warp? What? At least it's 4 points now. I'm gonna have to wait and see about that one, because that could be broken. Upgrade Corrode, decreased equip cost from 4 to 3. Now also pauses ability refresh timer on enemies. Oh, no. That's so obnoxious to play against. Piercing Power, now grants maximum ammo capacity for a duration when triggered, up to a max of 60 ammo. You can have 60 ammo on Nightcap? That's hilarious. It turns her into like a little minigun. Upgrade Clear Cutting, increased armor from 20% to 50%, and now you have UI and audio for it. Armor is going to be a lot more easy to see. It's going to be everywhere because the swarm people are here now, and then everyone's getting armor upgrades, it seems like. Upgrade Uppercut, decreased equip cost from 5 to 3. Added knockback on final ground slam explosion of Feng Fu, added slight horizontal knockback to enemies, and decreased vertical knockback from 1.2 to 0.65. Well, I use this ability anyways. Hopefully it's still good. I don't know if these are nerfs or buffs, but I mean, the equip cost is down significantly. Upgrade Shadow Tribute, gain a charge of Shadow Sneak after a Vanquish. So you combine that with your warp and you're gonna be like a scientist. Snap Dragon. Burn damage over time. Damage decreased 3.5 to 1.5 seconds. So you can't hurt them as long. That's fair. Swoop Slam. Offset explosion on land slightly backwards to make the ability more forgiving if you overshoot your target. Well, that doesn't mean that you have to be as precise. Okay. Inner and outer explosion now both do the same amount of damage. That's fair. Increase explosion radius from 2.75 to 4.75 meters. So now it can hit behind you and it does a bigger radius. And the explosion damage goes from 55 to 100. But the front cone damage goes down from 55 to 50. Wow. But you have more control over it. That ability might be worth using now. Upgrade Quake. Increased a knockback force magnitude from 8.6 to 16.55 and decrease the equip cost, so you're just going to be able to knock people out of your way. Much better. Upgrade Incendiary. Now also decreases refresh of Swoop Slam when earning a Vanquish. Okay. Upgrade Ventilation. Now also decreases the refresh timer on all abilities when Blue Blazes is used. Was that the one where you get your blower back faster? I'm not entirely sure. But Blue Blazes now helps you. I'm gonna get so sad. Upgrade Campfire. Fire column now spawns after each Vanquish instead of just a random chance. I like that because that ability, it was pretty useless. No longer does burst of 25 damage after 1 second of victim standing in the AoE. So I guess it just hurts over time. Upgrade Coolant. Increased heat reduction, 0.15 to 0.25. So you're just able to fire longer. Upgrade Engulf, increased duration 8 to 10 seconds, and Backdraft decreased the equip cost 4 to 3. So these mostly seem like buffs. I think they're all buffs. I don't think he got nerfed at all, other than the damage over time up here. Good for you, Snapdragon. Cactus, my little sniper girl. What have you got here, babe? Aim assist anchor point. No, I'm not gonna look at that. Spike shot, increased dispersion angle in air from 0 to 1.6. So does that mean that it drops now? Potato mine, increased total active mine count from 4 to 6. Ooh, rubbing my hands. I'm looking forward to that one. Oh boy. Pedal Propeller. Using Zoom now cancels out of Pedal Propeller, so you can cancel it early. Neat. Big Bulb Barrage. Removes speed penalty when firing. Increase direct damage and increase explosive damage. So her little garlic drone is better. Needle Shot. Increased damage 8.8 to 10. Decreased rate of fire. increased initial velocity, increased overheat rate, increased projectile drag. I don't know what all of this stuff means. Like, the numbers are cool, but like, I want to try it. Upgrade Bon Voyage. Time to live on mines increased from 15 to 30 seconds, allowing a max of 3 mines active from this perk at once. Can now be deployed from up to 15 meters in the air. Spud spotting now reveals enemies to your team. That might actually make the ability useful. Spotlight now reveals enemies to your team. Also might make it useful. Mirage decreased equip cost. Okay. Calibrated now stacks until reload instead of depleting over time. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Upgrade looting now triggers on critical vanquish. Gives variable ammo depending on which charge shot did the most damage. That's a weird way to do that. Whatever. Citron, my boy. Peel shield. Decreased time to start regenerating health. Decreased time to start regenerating shield after it's been destroyed. Decreased shield health requirement to re-enable shield. And decreased ammo amount returned when blocking damage. So you can use your shield more, but it doesn't give you as much offensive capability. That's a fair trade-off. Like it turns you into more of a defensive character. Ian Peach now interrupts Super Brain's Turbo Twister and Imps Incada, so it actually stops abilities like it should. Go Citron. Spin dash, you get an extra 10 meters on the dash distance, but you're slower. And the camera's changed. Upgrade quenching cover. Ammo returned increased from 7 to 8. That shall be interesting. And upgrade Peachy decreased equip cost from 4 to 2. And shield HP return increased 100 to 200. Good for you, Peachy. Upgrade bowling. Dealing damage with ball dash now decreases the refresh timer of ball dash. Increased knockback removed. So now it's an ability that you just get it back faster if you hurt more people. You don't knock them any further. Which is good, because you don't necessarily want to knock them away. Upgrade emergency exit, increase multiplier 1.3 to 1.5. Oh boy, Sonic Citron might be back on the menu for a round 2. Upgrade kinetic energy, increase the number of damage events required to trigger from 9 to 30, and increase the health gain from 12.5 to 40. So it takes longer to proc, but you get more health as a percentage. No, it's just about even. Yeah, it's the health gained and the damage events required is about the same. So I guess it's just a shift to activate later. Upgrade juiced, level 1. I'm not going to read those numbers, whatever. And decrease the ramp up time of naval laser. Looks like they forgot to finish that sentence, but now that ability will be stronger. Acorn and Oak, Sap Trap, increased knockback force magnitude on self from 7 to 15, so you can launch yourself. Lumber support displays how much armor is given to Oak. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Just more clarification. And now the armor is applied to Acorn, so everyone's going to be an armor boy. Super Sap Trap, increased knockback force magnitude to enemies from 9.89 to 16.55. Why don't you just make it 10 and 17 or 10 and 16.5? Why all these point blah 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 blah? Repeating, of course. Upgrade party supplies also increases duration of armor granted by lumbar support by an extra 4 seconds. So is it lumbar support or lumbar support? Because the lumbar is in your back. Lumber is what trees are made out of. Or that's what you turn trees into, rather, I guess, is the proper way to phrase that. Upgrade Logjam now shoots a bigger log instead of spreading out the pieces. And now also increases the projectile speed of roll for damage. I like that change. That's a good one. Upgrade Slapback, increased knockback force magnitude on self from 7 to 20. Increased knockback force magnitude of enemies to this stupid decimal right here. Also applies a Super Sap Trap, and Oak can now launch himself with Super Sap Trap. You're going to see an Oak launching himself through the map. Just, pew, pew, pew. He's going to be trick-shotting with his Super Sap Trap. Upgrade Molasses also applies to Acorn Sap Charge. I wish they would tell me exactly what these abilities do right now, because I don't want to go look it up. Does that make me lazy? Yeah. Upgrade Natural 20, increased knockback force magnitude. Okay, cool. I did these 8.06. to 29.56. I mean, I'm sure they have the reasoning for it. I just explain English. Plus, upgrade rewind, increase refresh multiplier from 3.25 to 4.25. That's good. I'll give that one's good. Upgrade little friend, decreased rate of heat removal from treetop turret. It have it. They have it. Interesting. Fix an issue where this upgrade wasn't working for treetop turret. Oh, that's good. Wasting your points on this ability and you can't even use it. Sunflower. Upgrade vampire flower, increased equip from 2 to 3. No. That's my favorite ability for Sunflower. It turns her into an offensive powerhouse, but I guess she is supposed to be a support. Upgrade Shove, increased knockback force magnitude. These 16.55, there's got to be some sort of significance to that specific number because it's been used multiple times.
God, just keep hearing the f***ing numbers.
Increased area of effect radius from 5 to 9 meters. Okay. Quick egress, decreased speed multiplier. Upgrade recharge, decrease equip cost from 4 to 2, and ammo is gained on vanquish instead of damage. So that might actually be useful. Because, I mean, 4-point upgrades, 4 and 5-point upgrades need to be really good to, be considered for use. But now that it's only 2, that's pretty good. And Sunslinger is also down from 3 to 2. Upgrade Stuffy Sun Drop. Increase equip cost from 2 to 4. Some traps now spawn on Sunflower instead of Victim. I like that, so that it heals you instead of you having to run after it. Some traps now spawn on every 10 instances of damage instead of on Vanquish. So every 10 bullets you hit on someone, you get health. But this number of spawn sun drops is down in half. So that's, I think it's a buff overall, though the cost increase is going to hurt. But being able to just get health back by dinking people might be good. If you combine that with Vampire Flower, you might be unkillable. And Cocoon, decrease the equip cost. And for our last plant, unless Wildflower is down here, Wildflower is down there. So our second to last plant, Rose. Magic Thistles increase projectile speed from 120 to 250. So now it's going to be going twice as fast. So that means that you won't just have like a little slow barrage. You'll have a choom, choom, choom. Jinx increased AoE from 3.25 to 5. So now you can hit multiple people and you do more damage to those people. Goatify. Wizard can no longer activate his co-star ability while inside the gigantic goat area. So it's kind of like a EMP. Electric Slide can no longer activate her out of fight ability while inside the gigantic goat area. Enemies can no longer interact while inside the gigantic goat area. So that's a huge area of denial now. It's not just useful for sending people into goat form. It actually stops them from being able to do things. Legendary upgrade, Thorn Apart, level 1. Oh, so it's just a damage decrease. Decreased power needed to gain charges. So you get more charges, but they do less. Decrease Jinx's power. Okay. You get more points by helping your teammates with Arcane Enigma. So Jinx Vanquish is new. So that's helpful. And then Reviving and Arcane Enigma is the way to get it more now. Everything else has been nerfed. So it's encouraging you to be more of a team player. Which, I mean, like I said with Sunflowers, Rose is also a support character. That's what she's supposed to do, is help her team. Upgrade Time Snare, decrease number of hits to trigger from 7 to 4. Increased radius of speed reduction from 5 to 5.5 meters. Decreased equip cost. I love seeing decreased equip cost. That way I can use more combinations and see what's good. Increased speed of slowdown effect. Speed multiplier change from 0.33 to 0.565. Decreased area of effect. That's fair. Increased rate that time snare triggers. 0.3 to 0.34. Okay, whatever. Upgrade Goatality. Vitality. Increased duration of Goatify from 10 to 12 seconds. How obnoxious. Especially with the fact that Goatify is just better overall now. Upgrade Carpal. Increased gain from nearby allies from 0.1 to 0.25 seconds per tick. That's quick. Rose now receives maximum benefit from this upgrade when near 4 allies as opposed to 11. That's such a big change. If only they didn't eliminate the farming method with rollout in the free roam areas. That would be great. Upgrade Locked and Loaded. Increased homing range multiplier from 1.5 to 2 times. Okay. Photosynthesis. Decreased equip cost. Decreased health. Now gives over health. That seems like a buff. I like. Upgrade Pollination. Decreased equip cost from 3 to 2. Now triggers anytime a jinxed enemy is vanquished, including if you are the vanquisher. Yay! That encourages you to jinx, 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 jinx.
Jinx, jinx.
Upgrade Escape. Decreased forward move speed multiplier. Increased backward move speed multiplier. And increased strafe speed multiplier. So this gives you the ability to be a little strafier instead of just bull rushing in at them, I guess. Upgrade Thistle Missile, increased equip cost from 2 to 4, and decrease the speed multiplier from 5 to 2. Is that going to be worth using? I'm assuming no. Upgrade Psychedelic Goatify, cost decreased, and then Wildflower, the last plant, is just explosion damage is decreased. That's fair. Now you can't one-shot the people with 125 health. Now we get over to our zombie boys, and we're starting off with my number 1 man, the Foot Soldier, and his Z1 Assault Blaster. While you are not zooming, increase the recoil per shot and decrease recoil recovery factor. That sounds like they're hurting my boy, and I don't like it when they hurt my boy. He's mine. Do not touch him. While zooming, decrease the maximum recoil from 15 to 12 degrees. Increase recoil per shot. Increase horizontal recoil per shot. Decreased recoil recovery factor from 50 to 7 degrees. I don't know what that means, but seeing those numbers make me scared that it's going to be significantly worse. Increased recoil overall. There it is. Dadgummit! And decrease the ammo capacity from 45 to 40. Dang it, PopCap! Why are you hurting my boy?
Look how they massacred my boy.
Upgrade ammo thingamabob, increased ammo gain from 16 to 18. Okay. Upgrade bottomless, increased ammo gain from 7 to 22. So you have to use your upgrades to get more ammo capacity. I guess it makes sense. Makes sense. Upgrade sticky enemies that are stuck will now be able to see spotting icons and health bars of nearby enemies so that they aren't totally incapacitated. Thank you! Getting stuck with a stupid, smoky, stinky cloud of death made it very hard to play the game. Upgrade rapid fire, increased equip cost from 3 to 4. Stop hurting my boy! Upgrade shockwave, increased knockback force magnitude. Okay. Upgrade propellant, decreased equip cost. I don't think I've ever used propellant or shockwave. Upgrade liftoff, increase inner blast damage from 40 to 50, and decrease the equip cost. Maybe I'll actually try to get the rocket kills, you know, the blast off kills. I've never used this ability. Upgrade smelling salts, fix issue where the revive multiplier would only last 1 second. Thank you for fixing it. Imp gun blasters. Decreased recoil multiplier while zooming from whatever. Decreased in-air dispersion angle. Why can they not just use English? I mean, they're consistent across their characters and everything, but explain it in layman's terms, please. I'm dumb. I'm a gamer. I'm not a super complex AI that knows everything. Okay? Increased accuracy. That's the main thing, is that they increased his accuracy. Okay. Z-Mech has 15% armor and can sprint? Z-Mech can sprint. That boy is coming at you. You better watch out. Missile Madness. Increased direct damage, increased splash damage, increased rate of fire, decreased active time, increased deploy time, and decreased dispersion per shot to make it more accurate. So that's just a different approach to the ability. It's not as long, but it's faster and it's more damaging. So your damage gets out quicker and it's more accurate. But if you're not accurate, you're going to be punished for it. So it encourages better performance. Explosive escape, whatever, fix an issue knocking them in the wrong direction. Bionic Bash, decreased refresh time from 10 to 8.5 seconds, and they reworked the camera. Cool. Cadet can now be triggered from in air. I'm gonna be a little spinny boy, so you hop out of your explosive escape and immediately start spinning in the air. That sounds like fun. Upgrades in centripetal force, no longer requires proximity to enemies, and grants a flat 2x speed boost. Allows jumping during Imp Kata. So it's just like the Feng Fury or Feng Fu, whatever the heck that ability is called for Nightcap. Now you can spin through the air. That's gonna be so funny to watch these little imps bouncing around, spinning. Oh boy, I love that ability. Upgrade Aftershock. Enemies are now knocked upwards instead of away and hang in the air for a short duration. That makes it much more useful. You can actually hit them if they're stuck straight up, so that you don't have to like calculate in your mind where they're gonna be. You just aim up. I like that. Upgrade Multiplying Madness. Vanquishes with Missile Madness. Decrease refresh of Missile Madness instead of extending its duration. That's good. That's good. It allows you to use it how you want to use it instead of just being stuck there going. Upgrade Pod Power, decrease equip cost from 2 to 1. I love having more 1-point abilities because, I mean, there aren't that many to choose from. Energize, increase field gain from 5 to 12.5 seconds, grants 25 health and can stack if you hit multiple enemies. Wow. That's pretty hefty buff. And Supermassive, and decrease the cost. So Imp's looking pretty good. That boy's gonna be annoying to fight. Super Brains SBZ. Alpha Better Shield. Move position up and pitch slightly up so it's harder for enemies to jump and shoot over. Fair, that's fair. Super Ultra Mega Death Ball. Camera rework so you don't lose sight of your target. Cool. Legendary Upgrade Bionic Basher 9001. So it's making it worse. It takes longer to charge. This is much needed. It's just, it takes longer to do what you need to do. But Reach now works with Brainium Basher. And Speed Bag is from 2 to 4 and triggers on any weapon Vanquish. And increase the duration and window to chain 5 to 10 seconds. So it's easier to trigger, but it's also significantly more expensive, so you can't equip it with everything under the sun. Upgrade Stick and Move. Increase the duration from 2 to 3.5 seconds, but the speed multiplier is decreased from 1.75 to 1.5. So it lasts longer, but you're not quite as fast. Upgrade Extra Special, decrease equip cost from 3 to 1. Another 1-point ability. A lot of these I don't know what they don't know what they do off the top of my head. That's why I don't talk on them. Whoops. Upgrade Recuperate, fix issue with it not granting health on a per victim trigger and now gives overhealth. So now it's just better. It works when it should and it can overheal you. Upgrade Scorched, increase active time from 4 to 6 seconds, but decrease the damage from 4 to 2.67 seconds. So it's probably roughly the same damage. So now instead of 4 damage over 4 seconds to give you 16 total damage, it's going to be 2.67 damage over 6 seconds to give you 16.02 damage. So technically it's a damage buff. Not anything worth getting excited about. Upgrade Hero's Moment, increase health gain per victim from 5 to 15. Now gives overhealth, increase max overhealth cap from 1.33 to 4. And overhealth increase only lasts 4.5 seconds. And it fixes an issue with only 1 instance of health being applied, so it's just better. Upgrade Fallback Plan, increase refresh rate multiplier from 2 to 3 times, increase duration of multiplier from 2 to 3 seconds, and increase equip cost. Now, we'll go on to my bow boy. What'd they do to my bow boy? Bow Blaster. Decrease projectile speed and increase charge times. No! I love 80s! Hopefully he's not too clunky now. Dynamite Dodge can be used to interrupt Rocket Ride. That's huge! Because whenever you would rocket ride, you would just be stuck there. There was nothing you could do to get down. Now you can use your other ability to get out. That's very, 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 very good. Rocket Ride. Decrease the max dispersion angle of projectiles from 7 to 5 degrees. Decreased accuracy loss per shot from 20 to 2.9 degrees. Decreased accuracy regain per second from 20 to 10 degrees. Allow movement while in air. Increased projectile speed and increased accuracy. Wasn't this a legendary upgrade that got leaked? Like to where you could ride around on the rocket? Oh my god! So his bow blaster is not as near as good, but his rocket ride is so much better. Oh, I'm excited to ride around on that. Upgrade targeting arrows from 2 to 1. You know, the cost is down. Bowmaster increased equip cost from 2 to 4. Decreased charge rate time multiplier from 0.5 to 0.25. And decreased duration from 5 to 3 seconds. So did they nerf it all around? The Huntsman is now only 4 points. Truckstar additional tags increased from 1 to 3. Now tags nearby enemies. Increased equip cost. I think that equip cost is totally worth it. Being able to tag multiple people allows more rockets from your camp missiles, which miss quite a bit. Upgrade Leg Day, increased equip cost. Remarkable rockets, increased marks from 1 to 2. Upgrade Free Ride, increased duration extension from 1 to 3 seconds and increased the equip cost. Upgrade Improved Tracking, increased equip cost from 1 to 3. Additional tags increased from 1 to 3. Okay, so it's one tag per cost. And now also gain faster refresh time of camp missiles while dealing damage with camp missiles. So you just turn into this turret of camp missiles. Upgrade Super Payload. Increased additional missiles per target from 2 to 4. That's a lot of damage. It's time to boogie. Out of fight. Can't use it in Godify. Yeah, I know, I saw that earlier. Amplification. Cost decreased. Conduction. Cost decrease. Cooling Sparks. Cost decrease. Upgrade Malfunction. Chance to trigger is now 100%. Removed inner and outer radius distinction so it deals full damage everywhere in the radius. Increase the damage and increase the explosion radius. That's the thing where whenever sometimes you reload, you would explode, right? So that just means now it triggers all the time. So it's like Snapdragon's Flame Pillars to where it removed the RNG aspect of it to where it triggers all the time. I like that. Defibrillated. Decreased equip cost, not increased, from 5 to 4. Jazz Hands, decreased equip costs from 4 to 3. Decreased time until stun can be reapplied from 2.5 to 5.5 seconds. What the heck? Decreased power that stun accumulates per damage instance. What? That's gonna be so fun. Decreased time until stun can be reapplied. That's nuts. Jumper cables increased equip cost and increased jump range. So that's worth it. That's an extra, that's a 20% range increase of how far it can arc. And since Jazz Hands goes down, it's the same cost to use both of them as it was before. Deadbeard! Scurvy Scattershot. Decreased pellet spread multiplier from 0.1 to 0.07 and increased damage per pellet. So he can actually use his shotgun as a shotgun. Spyglass Shot increased dispersion when in air from 0 to 1.6 degrees. That's the same thing that happened with Cactus. They decreased the damage of his Parrot Pal, but increased rate of fire. So that's a DPS up, I would assume. Increased overheat rate, so it does overheat faster. I think I said that was a buff for Cactus, but I think it's the same thing here, and it's actually a nerf. Overall, the Parrot just got changed. I don't want to look at all the numbers. Sorry. Scuttle Shot. Decreased equip cost from 3 to 2, and now it only knocks back enemies who are close. So you can still, use it to hurt people from a distance, but you're not going to make it to where you're completely useless. Upgrade Long Barrel, decreased angle of spread on air projectiles, and decreased angle of spread on outer projectiles. So it just decreases your angle of spread. Plunder triggers every 4 critical hits instead of on every critical hit. and increase the refresh rate multiplier from 1.5 to 2. So that's a nerf. It's only a increase of a little bit, but it triggers 4 times less. Oh, I Spy. Decrease equip cost 3 to 2. Shore Leave, decrease equip cost 4 to 2. Heavy Metal, decrease equip cost 4 to 2. And add a VFX to signify that max zoom damage is active. And then upgrade Freebie, increased ammo game from 4 to 7. Well, this all seems like gives Deadbeard a lot more options of what to equip now that these are lower points. I like it. My football player all-star dummy shield, increased health of the dome from 200 to 300. That's a big increase. Upgrade follow through, increased equip cost from 2 to 3. Vanquishes with sprint tackle, decrease its refresh, and increase knockback force magnitude. So it makes your sprint tackle better, but also more expensive to use. Upgrade Starstruck, knocking enemies away with dummy shield, decreases shield refresh time. I don't think I've ever used that ability. And increases the knockback magnitude from 8.6 to 16.55. There's that number again. Upgrade tennis skills, completely removes the speed penalty of priming, firing, and aiming. Can now jump while priming and firing. What? Yes, please. Yes, please, indeed. Tennis skills. I'm looking forward to you. Upgrade Supercharge Football Coolant. Increased heat reduction from 0.15 to 0.30. Upgrade Injury Time. Decreased equip cost from 4 to 2. I love seeing the decreased equip cost. It just gives you a wider array of builds and skills you can use. So that's a good thing. Space Cadet. Look at all these freaking updates to her. Jeez. Everything about her's getting changed. Cosmo Shot. Decreased target lock time from 1 to 0.666666, repeating, of course, seconds. Increased target unlock time from 0.25 to 0.333333, repeating, of course, seconds. Big Bang Burst. Decreased damage from 9.2 or 9.9 to 9.2. Decreased projectile drag start distance from 30 to 20 meters. Decreased projectile drag end distance from 60 to 50 meters. I'm glad I read that, you know. It really helps me understand it. Asteroid Shield. Decreased shield health from 125 to 100. That shield has gotten butchered. That thing was so broken for the longest time, and now it's Hands-on Torpedo. Decreased FOV change on hands-on torpedo. Increase the speed. Oh, it's double as fast, but you only have 5 seconds left. But overall, that's you're allowed to go further. Upgrade Efficiency. Triggers on any vanquish, not just from Cosmo Shot. The fast reload effect used to get reset as soon as the player reloaded. They now last for 10 seconds. That's good. Reloading no longer resets the effects. This is an overall nice buff. I like that. Feedback Loop. Triggers on 50 critical damage instead of every critical hit, but the duration is increased. But the rate of fire multiplier is decreased. So it takes more to trigger, it lasts longer, but it doesn't help as much. That's a nerf. Long Shot. Increased homing range multiplier from 1.325 to 2 times. Cool. Upgrade Bullseye. Increased total max damage from 45 to 75, and the equip cost goes up. Target acquired. Decreased equip cost and increase the speed boost. We like that. Upgrade Titanium Plating. Increase the health by 5. You're going to be a tank now. Rocket Fuel now grants a longer duration instead of a speed boost, additional 20 seconds, increase the equip cost. So that's for the rocket, right? To where you have longer to use your torpedo? Or am I wrong? Who knows?
Not me.
Afterburners, the equip cost is 3 to 2. Assimilation, they increased additional time from 2 to 4 seconds. Neat. And Ammo Eater, decreased equip cost from 3 to 2. I love the cost decreases. I love them. Scientist. Upgrade CPR, decreased equip cost from 3 to 2. Evolution, increased duration that overhealth stays active from 10 to 20 seconds before it starts decaying. Oh my god, that's a long time. 20 seconds is a long time, especially if it can just be applied over and over. Reanimate, increased revive speed multiplier, fixed an issue where it wasn't applying to allies, and now applies for 10 seconds to any zombie who is affected by Sticky Healy Thing. See, these are just turning him into more of a support character. Diffusion, increased radius of Sticky Healy Thing on attach. Power Wash, decreased equip cost. And now you can use it with Steam Blaster. Materialize, decreased equip cost from 4 to 2. Increased ammo gain from 2 to 5 when Steam Blaster is not equipped. Still grants 2 ammo when Steam Blaster is equipped. That's fair. But now you can use it with Steam Blaster. Because currently, well, before this patch, you couldn't use it with Steam Blaster. Nah, you can. Wormhole, equip cost down to 2. Can also work with Steam Blaster. Dolphin Blasting, increased duration from 4.5 to 15 seconds. Whenever I see these increases, it's kind of like, why didn't they buff it earlier in the life of the game? Like, that's a pretty significant buff. I mean, hey, you do you, PopCap. Precision, decreased equip cost. Okay, that's simple. Now we're on to our thickums over here. Bullhorn Swarm. Fixed an issue where the initial blast from Bullhorn Swarm wouldn't always unburrow chompers at mid to long range. Well, now that's not gonna have... We're not gonna have an issue with that because it's gonna happen. Improved homing logic of mines when multiple targets are present so they don't just pick one target. So now it can hit multiple people. That's very nice. Increased collision size so they are easier to shoot. That's also very nice for the plants. So it's a better ability for engineer, but the plants can also counter it better. The balance. Double time, updating placement checks to make it easier to place on ramps. Thank you. The number of times I've sat there just clicking the button to press it down and hearing the ding, 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 ding sound is way too high. Heavy helper, increased refresh time from 12 to 18 seconds. That's fair. That's fair. Seismic, increased vertical knockback from 2 to 5. You're gonna send those boys flying. Rally the troops, increased refresh modifier duration from 1 to 3 seconds. Decreased refresh rate multiplier and decrease the equip cost. Lasts longer. And it's cheaper. Progress report, increased duration of spotting from 3 to 6 and now reveals enemies through obstacles. You want an aimbot from your heavy helper? Here you go. You got an aimbot. Reinforced, if the initial blast from Bullhorn Swarm hits an enemy, heavy helper heals for 25 health. Increased health of mines from 20 to 25. Oh, I like this one. That's a nice clever way to make that better. It actually helps your turret. Dispersion, increased area size. Turbocharge now also provides a knockback aura to both engineer and allies for a short duration. Cool. Breakthrough, increased projectile speed from 62.8 to 78 meters per second and increased equip cost. Fair enough. Rubber, decreased time to live after first bounce from 6 to 8 seconds. Increased bounce count before detonation from 5 to 8 and decreased gravity force after a bounce. You gonna launch these bad boys so far, they're gonna go... It's gonna be like a pinball. Abracadabra for Mr. Wizard. Decreased drag distance, drag in distance, whatever. Increased charge shot damage per tick. I like this one. That makes it a lot. That's a lot more damage. 4 to 5, that's a lot more damage. Zelixir, decreased the invincibility time. Fair enough. That was kind of obnoxious. Wizard can no longer activate his co-star ability while inside the gigantic goat area. Oh, we saw that. Stars line, decreased range that wizard can reveal enemies. Was he like broken or something? Because these seemed like some nerfs. Upgrade Viosa, increased damage of explosion from 40 to 50 and increased explosion radius. It's like double the radius. That's huge. Dust and Echoes, decrease the equip cost. Like to see it. Bottle Bouncer, no longer bounces, but instead detonates on self before throwing. Increased equip cost. I love that. Because, I mean, typically what I would do whenever I use that ability is throw it at my feet and hope that it would bounce forward enough to hit whoever I was going at. But now I can just throw it at them and it'll still heal me. Like that one a lot. Drive-by Head Rub. Decreased equip cost. And Wizard Needs Help. Decreased equip cost. Sweet. And last but not least, we have the TV head getting a nerf with his Yeti being decreased in explosion damage. Well, we have made it through all of the patch notes. Overall, these seem like some very, very big changes overall. Like the biggest one that sticks out to me is that the mech can now sprint. I mean, I'm sure it won't have that huge of an impact, but just the mental image of it is making me laugh. I want to know what you guys think about this. I know this was long. I know it took a while, but there were a lot of patch notes to get through and my voice needs a break now. So if you enjoyed, please let me know down below. Maybe leave a like, maybe subscribe. But as always, peace out, Girl Scout.